Hello and welcome. Margaret Ann Lembo here. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. We're going to start out with a beautiful guided meditation, guided imagery with the intention to quiet your mind and to stop the incessant chatter that so many of us have. So, let us begin by being present in this moment, feeling at peace. Make it an intention to feel at peace and tell yourself you are going to quiet your mind. Okay. Reminder for all of you, whether you're brand new or have been with me for a while doing this, uncross your legs, have your feet touching the floor or Mother Earth. Better to envision Mother Earth. Imagine beautiful white light roots growing from the soles of your feet. You might even feel your feet start to tingle, the soles of your feet tingling, as you root into Mother Earth, down through the concrete foundation of wherever you are, all the way down into Mother Earth. And that keeps you grounded and present in this moment as we quiet our minds. And also be aware of how you're sitting. If you need to be rearrange yourself, in other words, if you need to shift the way you're sitting so that you're comfortable for the next, it's only 15 minutes. It's a short little meditation. And start to become aware of your breath, the inhale and the exhale. As you're aware of the in-breath and the out-breath, let yourself put your tongue on the roof of your mouth. Oh, yes, and if you haven't already silenced your cell phone, please do so for your own sake. And if let yourself lower your eyelids, close your eyes. Just follow the breath. Observe how your belly expands on the inhalation and how your belly contracts on the exhalation. Breathing in beautiful, healthy, fragrant air. Yeah, you're going to have to use your imagination for this one and that's what this is about, using your imagination in this case. Imagine that you're walking down a pathway. One of my favorite ways to go into a meditation is to walk down a pathway, and this pathway takes you into a beautiful, fragrant garden. Observing your in-breath and your out-breath, staying focused on your breathing, and grounding to the soles of your feet. You're walking down the pathway. You're walking down the pathway, and as you get closer and closer to the garden, perhaps there are hedges around this garden. I say them because I'm thinking of all those beautiful flowers that are in the garden. I'm seeing them in my mind's eye. And if you want to quickly open your eyes and see those pink flowers on the screen, the geraniums, and then close your eyes, that can help give you an idea. And you're going to get into a beautiful, fragrant garden. And the pathway might have some turns to it. It's a winding pathway. And notice on both sides of you all these beautiful flowers. And as you walk down the path, you also see green shrubs and green grass. In your mind's eye, in your imagination. And any thoughts of today or the day before or even the future are no longer applicable. In this moment, you are present in this very beautiful, sacred, fragrant garden. And in the garden, you can see pink flowers, you can see yellow flowers. There might even be some vegetables growing in this garden. And not that far off, there's a beautiful lang lang tree. It's got beautiful long branches that make like a skirt all the way around the tree. And as the skirt willows around the center trunk, Each one of those branches has multiple, many, many, many blossoms. And this is the perfume tree, and the perfume tree is emitting amazing fragrance, enveloping you in peace, in calm. So, using your imagination, you're imagining the lang lang, very beautiful fragrance surrounding you. And even if you aren't familiar with the scent, just know that it smells like really high quality perfume, except it's coming off of the flowers of a tree. And let that fragrance release the stress that you may have on any level and many levels. Lang Lang does do that. It's very good for reducing blood pressure, for creating a sense of peace and euphoria. And so feeling that peace as you walk through this garden or stand inside. You can go underneath the branches of the Lang Lang and branches and just let yourself stand inside of that beautiful skirt of the beautiful branches. But also notice that there are roses growing in this garden, and the fragrance of the roses are beautiful. There's lavender growing, and lavender brings peace and calm. Oh, it does so many good things. Beautiful lavender. So I'll be quiet for a few seconds so that you can just use your imagination and let yourself breathe in and out, peace and calm. There are birds in the garden too. There's a few garden cats as well. Feeling peace. If you might see some kind of a chair or a bench, you can sit down. There's a rosemary bush. If you want to brush its leaves, you can get the fragrance to express, and you can smell rosemary. Oh, and there's citrus trees too. You can imagine the scent of orange blossoms wafting around you, bringing you joy and cheer and upliftment. Feeling peace, feeling supported by Mother Nature. And perhaps this will inspire you to visit a botanical garden or grow your own garden, your own fragrant garden, feeling peace and calm. When you inhale, let yourself inhale to the count of 4. And then when you exhale, let yourself take a longer exhalation, maybe up to the count of 8. Inhaling to the count of 4 and exhaling to the count of 8. Feeling yourself surrounded by this beautiful green energy, all these beautiful flowering plants. And you might notice that there's dew on some of these plants and trees and bushes. And when you look at the dew on the plant, let yourself look so deeply and so profoundly in your mind's eye, in your imagination, so deeply and profoundly into that little dewdrop that you can see the whole entire vibration of that plant in that one little dewdrop. Recognizing the microcosm and the macrocosm of this amazing fragrant garden and the vibration of all the little worms in the garden, all the bugs that are keeping the garden healthy and making it all grow so beautifully so that the roots of all these beautiful plants have enough air to breathe because of the good work of the worms and the other bugs that are part of the garden. The rich, rich soil giving the nutrients. And you can imagine yourself as one of the plants or like one of the trees. Let yourself become one with the garden. Whether you're sitting or standing in the garden at this moment, let yourself really become aware of those roots that are growing from the soles of your feet down into this garden, down into Mother Earth. So, both in the meditation experience, the guided imagery, as well as wherever you are sitting right now in this physical reality. You're grounded, you're balanced, you're aligned, and you're at peace. Breathing in peace and calm, and exhaling peace and calm. Breathing in love and well being, and exhaling love and well being. And feeling how your whole entire energy field, your aura, the energy in front of you, behind you, above you, and below you, all the way around you, has just been rebalanced and re energized by spending a few moments in your imagination in this beautiful, magical garden, the fragrant garden. And so start walking back up the pathway. Let yourself become aware that it's time to return or leave the garden, at least for now. You can visit it anytime you want. As you're walking up the pathway, take notice if you notice any plants or trees or herbs or animals. Take note because it might be symbolic for you in some way. As you're walking up the pathway, you're walking up the pathway. And as you walk up the pathway, you get to the place that is actually the place that's the center of your forehead. And you're aware more fully of your physical body and how your feet are placed on the ground. And if they moved, mine did, so maybe yours did too. Notice your hands, your fingers, your toes. As you bring yourself fully back, fully and completely back from this meditation experience, this guided imagery meditation experience, and feel gratitude for your ability to gift yourself a few moments to step into the garden in your mind and to use your imagination and release the incessant chatter of the day. And may you find peace and have peace from this little sweet and fragrant experience.